The drama of social resistance, America's pressure cooker. When peaceful protests get spicy. Let's be real, American protests are like that one friend who always starts calm but ends up flipping tables. Trump's policies might kick off some peaceful demos, but government crackdowns? That's basically adding gasoline to an already lit fire. Remember the George Floyd protests in 2020? Now imagine a movement that's not just about police brutality, but basically gives the entire government the middle finger. We're talking next-level social chaos, identity wars, America's not-so-great divide, race, ideology, background, pick your poison. The divisions are so deep you could plant corn in them. Trump-backed militias and white nationalist groups might think they can play vigilante, but marginalized communities aren't about to roll over. Black folks, Latinos, immigrants, they could unite in ways that would make old-school political strategists spit out their coffee. The result? A country dancing on the razor's edge of civil conflict. Money talks, and right now it's screaming. Let's discuss the cash situation, or more accurately, the lack thereof. Trump's policies could widen wealth gaps so much that even the Grand Canyon would look narrow. When young people and working-class Americans start seeing the system as the enemy, they're not just going to march. They'll be ready to flip the entire game board. Possible American scenarios. From bad to, are you kidding me? Democracy on life support. Imagine a government that goes from we the people to me the dictator. If Trump consolidates power, the US could transform from the global democracy poster child to a cautionary tale they'll teach in political science classes. Rebel states enter the chat. If federal trust collapses faster than a cheap lawn chair, states like California or New York might just say, we're out. Can you blame them? We could see the once unthinkable, states basically ghosting federal control, maybe even whispering the S-word, secession. Military enters stage left. And if things go really sideways, picture tanks rolling down Main Street, USA. The Trump administration might use the military to crush protests, turning the nation into one giant pressure cooker of tension. This isn't some Netflix dystopian series. This could be real life. Global ripple effects. Buckle up, world. A democratic wake-up call? The US chaos could inspire global resistance against authoritarian regimes. But let's not kid ourselves. Dictators aren't exactly known for their gentle response. They might crack down harder than a helicopter parent at a teenage party. Economic domino effect. When America's house is on fire, everyone feels the heat. A destabilized dollar could wreak economic havoc, potentially turning global markets into a game of economic Jenga. Power shuffle. New kids on the block. With the US busy dealing with its own mess, countries like China and Russia are basically rubbing their hands together, ready to expand their global influence. NATO and Western alliances, they'll be feeling the strain like a cheap rubber band. Here's the real kicker. If this resistance movement emerges, will it actually change anything? Or will it just pave the way for something even worse, like an even more authoritarian regime? A fractured opposition is basically social dynamite. But a united, strategic movement, that might just be America's Hail Mary pass at saving its democratic soul. Can people put aside their differences and make some real magic happen? Stay tuned, folks. This show's just getting started.